news. Good morning, guys. So amazing news this morning. Happy Saturday. So ICE agents are quitting at a fast rate of speed. A lot of ICE agents are saying that this is not what they signed up for, that, they had originally signed up to deport people that, were actually criminals in this country, that, did bad shit. But this is, basically just kidnapping people off the street. So a lot of ICE agents have been resigning, which is fantastic news. Absolutely fantastic news. But again, they have a lot of funding and a lot of people that do not like, us Latinos, Hispanics, and every other race. So we still have to be very careful because they have the way to, as many as are quitting, hire as many as they want. So that doesn't mean that we're safe, guys, but excuse me. But like I said, it is good news. At least we do know that some of the people in there do have morals, I guess, still somewhat. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Spread the video for awareness, my loves. Be safe out there. I love you guys.
So you've heard the news, ICE agents are quitting in droves. This is a real thing. Homeland Security can't even hide it. And some ICE agents are only still working there until they get their student loans forgiven. On top of that, when you Google ICE facility attack Texas, you'll see there was an ambush made on ICE agents because people are not only at a threshold, they are past it. But back to Adam Boyd, citing ICE is only chasing deportation quotas. When did that become apparent to you, Adam? Was it when Kristi Noem set the quota at 3,000 deportations a day? Was it when ICE began pulling up to people while getting surgery to deport them? Was it when ICE began deporting people with no criminal record? Or was it when ICE began arresting people at their check-in for their green card? Officers and agents have spent much of the past 5 months clocking weekends and waking up at 4 a.m. for pre-dawn raids. Their top leaders have been ousted or demoted, and their supervisors themselves under threat of being fired or pressuring them to make more and more arrests to meet quotas set by Trump and advisor Stephen Miller. Sad day. But we may be entirely missing the point that their ICE agents' conditions were perceivably comfortable up until now, but once the public began calling them out as cowards with masks for fear they'd be doxxed and experience the modicum of the treatment they doled out, now they're uncomfortable. Now they're uncomfortable. They were comfortable treating people like this. They were comfortable breaking up families. They were comfortable doing all the horrible things that they were doing up until now when they were pointed out for doing it. Now we're finding out who is behind the masks of the ICE agents are just a bunch of county correctional officers who have been deputized. And apparently, according to Adam Boyd, people who want loan forgiveness. Think about that. Would you be willing to break up families, do all these horrible things so your student loans could be forgiven?
Hello fam, how are you doing? I hope you are amazing. Thank you so much for your love and support. I do appreciate. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for the love. I don't take it for granted. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. I really appreciate. For those ones who are watching me for the first time, I'm Carol. I love visitors. Kindly be part of us by subscribing, turn on notifications, so anytime I upload a new video, you will always be notified. In today's video, as from the heading of this video, ICE agents right now, they are quitting their job. We know it's not easy. We really know with all this pressure, they have decided to quit their job. And citizens of America have not hesitated to show how happy they are about this. So if you may wonder what I'm talking about, kindly let's watch this video till the end, how these people are feeling about ICE agents quitting their job. Then we can come back with more comments. If you find this video helpful, kindly give it a like, share with your friends, with your family, let them know what's happening outside here, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not. And I also love to hear what you think about this video in the comment section, and we will have a conversation. So let's watch, then come back with more comments.
I have a constitutional right, and it is time to fight back. Yep, you heard it. It is time to fight back. You want to talk about deportation? I want everyone to stop calling it deportation, because it is not deportation. It is kidnapping. kidnapping. Let's call it what it is. Let's go ahead and admit to the fact that we're not giving anybody due process. You are kidnapping fathers from their families. You are kidnapping mothers from their children and locking them up in cages like criminals. For what? For a misdemeanor? For a misdemeanor? When was the last time you saw a citizen locked up in a maximum security facility for fishing without a license? Because that's all it is. The same legal category as a traffic violation. But you turn it into a SWAT-style takedown in front of children in schools, in churches, and in homes. That's not law enforcement. That's a state-sponsored terror. Let me remind you of what the Constitution says. We, the people. It doesn't say not we, the citizens. It says not we, the privileged, or it says we, the people. That means anyone on American soil is guaranteed due process, the right to a fair hearing and equal protection under the law. But instead, ICE plays judge, jury, and executioner. You don't give people a trial, you give them a bus to get on. You don't let them speak to an attorney. You throw them in a detention center with no windows, no rights, no voice, no food, and no water. This isn't justice. This isn't freedom. This is kidnapping under the disguise of paperwork. Let's call it what it is. You disappear people without a trial. You tear families apart without a court order. You lock people away like they're monsters for a misdemeanor. That's not immigration enforcement. That's a violation of human rights. And if you still think this is okay, let me ask you one question. Would you be okay if they did it to your daughter, your mother, your son, your father? Would you call it policy? Or would you call it what it was? A crime, kidnapping. So today, I say enough is enough. If they come for one of us, they're coming for all of us. And we will not sit down. We will not be silent because we, the people, have had enough of the lies, enough of the terror, enough of the silence. This is not about politics. It's about the people. It's about justice. It's about the promise that this country made when it wrote the first 3 words of the Constitution. We, the people. And we are rising up. Not tomorrow, not next year, right now!
Hey, it's Joe from Georgia. Well, there's some job openings if you want to apply for it. Now, these jobs involve probably working any hours of the day or night. You're going to have to get armored up every day for it. And you're going to be either breaking into someone's houses or snatching people off the street for the job. Now, I hear it pays very well. Oh, and you've got to wear a mask over your face so people can't identify you. Well, that's what's going on with ICE. They've got a ton of job openings. And the biggest reason is why comes out of the White House, of course, because Stephen Miller's making their job almost impossible to do. And these people are finally figuring out maybe this isn't good for my future to be snatching up people off the streets and sending them to detention camps. It might sound like the brown shirt people over in the 1930s in Germany. So there are openings if you want to be an ICE agent and you're the person who wants to make sure that you throw every person that you can out of the country, whether they're good or bad. It might be the job for you. So, because the other ICE agents who are doing the job are leaving at record paces, they're figuring it out that maybe this isn't a great legacy for them. So, if you're looking for a job, I hear that the Department of Homeland Security and ICE, they're hiring.
Just now, ICE agents are now quitting their job. They are required to arrest more than 3,000 immigrants per day. Then realizing that their own commander is in the Epstein files and he's the one playing games. Yes, Donald Trump is the one hiding the Epstein files to be released and make ICE agents work harder than they ever worked before, causing them to now quit. Allegedly, rumors in San Bernardino, more than 42 agents have quit. Just rumors as of now. This is wild. Let me know what you guys all think all about this down in the comments, and community reports that he's out.
So if you are not aware, because most news outlets didn't report on this, an ICE facility in Texas was ambushed by 12 civilians. These are 10 of their mugshots. I will now read to you the Second Amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. For more context and explanation, I had to put my glasses on. The people have a right to keep and bear arms for the common defense, and, as in time of peace, armies are dangerous to liberty. That ought not to be maintained without the consent of the legislator, and the military power shall always be held in exact subordination to the civil authority, and be governed by it. Just wanted to let all my fellow Americans know that. All right, bye.
You might have heard that thousands of ICE agents have been quitting their jobs, that hundreds have just been dropping on the spot, deciding that they just didn't want to be an ICE agent, whether this is for their own safety and security and the fear of the retaliation of events that we saw just happen in Texas. But this is not true. There are many different TikTokers here and other places that I've seen talk about this idea of ICE agents quitting their job, but there is zero evidence to corroborate this. There are no ICE agents leaving en masse. There are no ICE agents quitting their jobs by the hundreds. None of this is happening. And I know a lot of us may have felt in that tiny moment of that video of thinking that there was humanity left within these individuals, and the humanity of these people covering their faces as they disrupt homes and separate moms from their children and fathers from their children, as they destroy the lives of people that are doing their job in our society, as they target people that actually provide value to our society and are no different from their ancestors. But there is no humanity, and they are not leaving. They are not quitting. It is only getting worse. In fact, the big beautiful bill that Donald Trump just passed increased ICE's funding, now making them one of the largest military forces within the United States with the most funding. And they are on track to potentially add an additional 10,000 agents to ICE. They are not shrinking, they are growing. And as they continue to incorporate battle-tested technology, such as thermal cameras and technology that is able to infiltrate our phones if you haven't locked them. All of these things in which have been tested in Gaza against the Palestinians are now being used right here domestically by ICE agents. Do not for a moment think that ICE agents are on your side. Do not think that they are showing signs of humanity, as they are cowards that cover their faces and kick children out of their homes and send parents to countries that many of their children have never been to.
So, for the past few months, it has really been hard for some Americans for what they have been facing. It has really been tough for them. We have seen the deportation, and some even say this is not deportation, this is kidnapping, because how could you just come get someone off their houses, get someone off the streets, you put them in cages, it has really, really been tough for some Americans. Families have been separated. Just imagine you staying with your parents maybe for the last 30 years, for the last 40 years, for the past 20 years. Then all of a sudden, they are deported. This lady who was really, really crying, she was saying that her dad was deported back to their country. Imagine an old age man just being deported back to the country, and sadly she lost the dad. She lost the dad. You can imagine the depression that was there for this dad. How are you going to start again? How are you going to start again? All these years you have not been there. Even some, when they came to America, some lost their properties, their families, they have nothing. How are you going to start? So you can see, with all those frustrations, how am I going to start? It really, really disturbs. It really, really disturbs. And she was saying that she lost the dad. So she was hoping now, I hope that you feel better that I lost my dad, and that's what you wanted. Why were you deporting him? You see? So a lot of families have been broken. A lot of families have been separated. People are going through depression. People are sick out here. Some even can't explain how they feel. It has been really, really bad just because of these ICE agents. And we have seen lately they have been quitting. They are quitting their job. They're like, no, enough is enough. Yeah, there's even this young man in this video who is an ICE agent saying that this is not what we expected. We were expecting to deport criminals. We were expecting to deport criminals. But for you just breaking inside someone's house, they don't have criminal history. Why are we deporting these people? So this is not deportation. This is kidnapping. We are just kidnapping people. Yeah, you can't tell me that this deportation. So he just came out and said no, he doesn't feel safe doing this anymore. I think they are also human, and it reaches a time where you are like, no, even if this job pays me, or even if this is just a job, how are these people feeling? How are these families feeling? Just being separated. What if it was me? What if this was happening to me? How will I feel? How will I react to this? It's so much. There's so much to handle. So he was like, no, 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 no. I can't do this anymore. I don't feel like this is what we signed for. So I feel like I should just quit. And a lot of them of late are quitting. Some feel like their safety, because people are following them like everywhere they go. Even some have been identify who they are, so they fear for their safety, because if you know that this is an ICE agent and he lives here, because we see even crowds, people protesting outside hotels, demanding that the hotel should chase away the eyes in those rooms. They were doing that until those ICE agents were sent away, because there's no way these people are sleeping here during the day, during the night. This is what they do to us, and you give them space to sleep here, to rest here. No, we can't handle this. You have to send these people away. So some of them feel like their life is in danger. There's even this man who said that they know him, they know where the wife works, they know where the kids goes to school. So it's going to be hell for his wife, and he decided, no, let me just quit this thing, let me call it an end, because I really can't handle this anymore. My family is going through hell, because they know him, they know his family, they know the wife, so they are being attacked. They are being attacked, because why are you separating our families? Why are you doing this? And these people just masked up. It's so sad. It's really, really sad. So we know it's also job. It's also how they earn their money. But I think sometimes the kind of job that we choose, we have to be careful with what we are doing. Imagine you separate. How are you even going to sleep on your bed thinking, oh, today I managed to separate like 4 families. Today I managed to separate 10 families. Today I managed to break marriages. Oh my God. It's so bad. It's really, really bad. So some are coming to their senses, although it's late, because they have done it. The damage is there. A lot of Latinos have been deported. A lot of people have been deported. A lot of families have been break down. So the they have done it already. I think it's already too late. They could have started this just in the beginning. They could have said, no, this is forceful deportation. This is not deportation. This is like kidnapping. They could have denied it early, you know. They could have said, no, this is not what we agree. These are not the policies for deportation. We are not just going to get someone on the streets, then deport them, put them in cages. We are not going to do this. I think the ICE agents are the ones who were supposed to come together and support all these things that is going on. But since they accepted, they knew that, oh, we have to do this. That is snitching. So even if you're quitting like right now, the damage is already there. The damage can already be seen. How are those families going to cope? You can imagine the kids. What are the kids going through? Just young families being separated. The mother is taken away. The father is taken away. How are these kids going to cope? You know, it's been sad. It's been really, really hard for some families. So we pray that this ICE thing come to an end. We just hope that it comes to an end, because you can't just come on the streets, then you say, with this color, I think he's an illegal migrant over here. Just taking people without even questioning them, without even allowing them maybe to have lawyers. You don't want them to speak. You're just handcuffing them, taking them to cages. Then you don't want anything to do with them again. That's so, so bad, because you just see, oh, this color, this tone, this skin tone, he must be an illegal immigrant. She must be an illegal immigrant. We have to deport her. We have to do this. That's so, so bad. Allow people to express themselves. Allow people to come with their lawyers. Allow people to call their lawyers. Allow people to tell you why they are there or what's going on. That maybe their papers are being processed. You really, really don't know, you know. But it has been hard for you to just go and get criminals. You are getting people in farms, people who are busy working, trying to revive the economy. Without those workers, the economy is, we all know that. Yeah. We saw what was happening in Nebraska. They were all crying because no one is coming to work in their farms. Some have been deported. Some are afraid when they come to the farms, the ICE agents are going to get them over there. Even they go into hotels, they go into hospital. Imagine going into a hospital that you want to deport someone. Are these people even sick, or are they okay? Yeah. So it has really, really been sad. So seeing them quitting, I don't know. So I'd also love to know your thoughts, guys, in the comment section. What do you think that the ICE agents finally they are quitting? What are your thoughts? Kindly let me know in the comment section and let's have a conversation. So this was it for today. I hope this video was helpful. So kindly, if you find it helpful, give it a like. Share with your friends, your family. Let's grow together. And don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section and let's have a conversation. Subscribe if you have not. So bye. I'll see you in our next video.